It was my first day at Hill Ridge High, and I was buzzing. For weeks, I'd been working on a plan, and today was showtime.
Good morning, Hildrich family. Welcome back from summer break. This year is all about excellence in academics and behavior.
Crowd cheered wildly. I just stood there watching the scene unfold.
We are a family built on trust and integrity.
I almost gagged. You see, Principal Richardson knew nothing about honor or integrity. He was a liar, and everyone needed to know. Scratch that, it was my job to let everyone know. Right on cue, a red sports car screeched into the school's parking lot, and out jumped Principal Richardson's wife!
Gregory Richardson, you lying, cheating, two-faced toad!
Whose lipstick is this?
Oh, we can discuss this in private.
Without waiting for another word, Mrs. Richardson hurled the lipstick at his face.
Private? Like your private meetings with your secretary?
Were out and everyone was filming and laughing. Well, not everyone. The principal's daughter, Chelsea, looked like she wanted to die. Mom, Dad, please, not here! Not in front of everyone! She tried to grab her mom, but Mrs. Richardson shoved her aside and lunged for her husband, who took off running. Chelsea's face turned bright red with embarrassment under everyone's smug stares. And yes, it was all a part of my plan. But don't get me wrong, I had my reasons. I didn't do it for the clout. I did it for justice. I did it for my cousin, Riley. By the time I got home, I practically sprinted to Riley's room, like I had the winning lottery ticket. Riley, you have to see this! And then I showed Riley the video I had recorded of all the chaos that happened at school. You actually pulled it off? Yep, it was easy. All I did was expose the true face of Principal Richardson and his mistress. I secretly followed them on their date, and when they weren't looking, I slipped the secretary's lipstick into his coat pocket. You're insane! And we burst into laughter when I acted out the chaos of that wild morning for Riley. Riley, my cousin, is an angel, too kind for her own good. And because of that, people grew jealous and started bullying her. One day, a classmate pushed her so hard she ended up with a serious injury, forcing her to leave school and stay in a wheelchair for months. I couldn't just sit back. I was furious. So I transferred to Riley's school with one goal in mind: revenge. The first targets, the principal and his daughter, the student council president. According to Riley, they were the worst. Cold, careless, and completely indifferent about what happened to her. Worse, his daughter was happy about Riley's accident. She had hated Riley for a long time. Well, it's time they paid for it. The next day, Chelsea walked into class like nothing had happened. But Hildrich High had a memory like an elephant. A mean, gossipy elephant. Hey, Chelsea, is the school secretary your new stepmom?
Is it true your daddy is planning to run away with her? Your mom must be so heartbroken.
Then I saw Chelsea walk in and quietly sit all by herself in the far corner of the classroom, looking completely out of place. I thought it would make me feel satisfied. But strangely, seeing Chelsea that sad just made me feel awful. But the look on Riley's face when I told her about Chelsea today made me feel like I was doing the right thing for my cousin. I wish I had been there to see the look on her face. And did you hear? Principal Richardson resigned! And poor Chelsea, she'll probably lose her seat as the student body president. Okay, I said they deserved it, but this was starting to get out of hand. Riley, maybe we've taken this a bit too far? I didn't want to tell you this, but I went to the doctor today, and it's official, I'm never going to walk again! Oh my god, Riley! I'm so sorry, I really do want to go back to school, Sarah. Even if it's in this wheelchair, but I just can't. Oh, why not? Are you afraid of those bullies? Micah stole my diary and started mocking me for the little secrets I wrote in it. I won't be able to go back to school until I get it back. Even though I'd been at Hill Ridge for just a couple of days, I knew exactly who she was talking about. Micah was hard to miss with his skateboard, black hoodie, and permanent scowl. Micah's the guy? Alright then. I'll make sure that the bully gets on his knees and hands over that diary. I had a plan. I brought my skateboard and skated nearby, just to stage a perfectly accidental encounter. Let me tell you what desperation looks like. It looks like me, in a helmet 2 sizes too big, elbow and knee pads, and a borrowed skateboard I named Death Wish. Day 1 of Infiltrate Micah's World and Steal the Diary, I face-planted. Twice. Day 2, I rolled into someone's dog. The dog was fine. My dignity, not so much. And on day 3, I became a meme when someone filmed me flipping over a trash can. Guess who was watching the entire time? Micah. Enjoying the show?
Just counting the days before you break your neck.
Ouch! Sounds like something a villain would say.
Why are you even doing this?
Well, to develop myself?
You're terrible at it.
I guess I'm not good at anything. I'm so useless. So I faked some tears for sympathy, and ta-da! He fell right into my trap.
Hey, you're not useless. You just need to work on your technique. Alright, stand on your board.
See? Worked like a charm. Hiding a smile, I did as he instructed. And then, in a move I didn't see coming, he took my hands and helped me balance on the board. And holy mother of skate wheels, he had the most beautiful eyes. No wonder the sky is gray today. All the blue went into your eyes. What? No! Who said that?
Thanks.
At that moment, I wanted to crawl into a hole and disappear. Focus, Zara! Remember the mission. Do not let his handsomeness ruin everything. Over the next few weeks, I kept falling. He kept teaching, and somehow we kept laughing. Also, the more he helped me skate, the more conflicted I felt. He was so kind. It was hard to believe he was the villain. But that diary remained a mystery, even though Riley kept urging me to find it as soon as possible. His locker at school? Nothing. His backpack? Micah guarded it like a dragon guarding treasure. Until one afternoon, everything changed. We were at our usual spot in the park when a black motorbike sped towards us and we both jumped. The car is speeding towards us!
Zara, stay behind me.
While I was still frozen in shock, Micah rushed over and jumped in front of me, shielding me from that crazy driver. The driver sped straight at us, yanked Micah's backpack so fast it threw him face first onto the pavement, then tore off at a terrifying speed. Micah! Oh no! Heart pounding, I rushed over to Micah, who was laying on the ground, not moving.
My backpack. No. The diary.
Micah, hold on! I'm calling for help! As I dialed 911, I could barely breathe. Micah really had been carrying that diary with him all along, and someone had heard him to get to it. This was getting way out of hand. After an ambulance arrived, I helped Micah call his parents, and then I ran all the way home like the FBI was chasing me. Riley, you're not going to believe what just happened! But the second I stepped in, my words died in my throat. Riley wasn't alone. Her mom, Aunt Frida, was sitting beside her, and she looked angry. Uh-oh. Without a word, Aunt Frida handed me her phone. And when I hit play, my stomach dropped as I watched myself on screen, slipping a lipstick into Principal Richardson's jacket at the coffee shop.
You caused chaos at school and turned the principal's whole family upside down?
Riley told me she was being bullied at school, and the principal didn't care at all. You begged me to. And that's when Riley shattered my entire heart. What are you talking about? I had nothing to do with what you did. What's going on? Why would Riley say something like that? Just then, I saw something that made words evaporate. Micah's backpack, stuffed half under Riley's bed. Wait, isn't that Micah's backpack? Why do you have it? I don't know what you're talking about. That's my old backpack. It's always been there. Didn't you know that?
Stop arguing, you two! Zara, from now on, you're grounded for 2 weeks to think about your bad behavior.
I turned, stormed to my room, and paced like a caged animal. Why was Micah's backpack under Riley's bed? Could she really be behind all of this? Did she want that diary so badly that she couldn't wait any longer and actually paid someone to snatch it from him? And that secret video of me, was she the one who sent someone to follow me? But why would she do that? I have to find Riley and get the truth out of her. Over the next few days, I tried to talk to Riley, but she ignored me. All she did was sit in her room and stare out the window. It was scary, to be honest. What was she planning? At school, Micah was nowhere to be found. He was probably at home recovering, but I couldn't go see him because I was grounded. I wasn't even allowed to walk to the mailbox without supervision. Then, just when I thought it couldn't get worse, Aunt Frida dropped a bombshell.
To avoid any more trouble, you should transfer back to your old school.
But I don't want to. There was still something Riley wanted me to help with.
No need. Riley's going back to school next week. She says she can handle it on her own now, and there's no need to trouble you anymore.
Was it because Riley got her diary back? Did she not need me anymore? And want me to leave the school? My train of thought was cut short by the loud roar of a bike. And I saw the biker. What was he doing here at midnight? Probably to meet Riley for some evil mission. Making sure I was well hidden, I watched as the biker parked the bike behind a house. But when they took off their helmet, I got the shock of my life when I saw who it was. Riley's true colors made my skin crawl. The next morning, I went to Chelsea to get some answers. She told me Riley was known as the school's mean girl who collected secrets to control people. Riley had always tried to beat Chelsea for the student council president, but never succeeded. Chelsea said she had heard that Riley lost her diary while bullying a student and accidentally fell. Now everything made sense. I'd been a fool, a puppet dancing on Riley's strings, and the person she bullied? It had to be Micah. I walked into the school to find the whole school there, carrying welcome back banners while they waited for Riley to arrive. Riley rolled her wheelchair into the middle of the school lobby, then held up her diary with a triumphant smile. To the one who tried to hurt me, no worries. I'll be kind enough to leave that incident out of my precious diary. I had the perfect plan for Riley. While she was busy soaking up the fake cheers and attention, I quietly slipped into the crowd and waited for the right moment. I just want to thank everyone for welcoming me back. Being in a wheelchair is not easy, but to the person who pushed me, I want you to know that I've forgiven you. Ugh, a week ago I'd have believed every word she said, but now I wanted to scream at her. As Riley continued to give her heartfelt speech, I struck. Slowly, I tied a string around a fake spider's belly and dropped it onto Riley's thigh. The second it touched her, she shrieked. Then she jumped out of her wheelchair. You heard that right. She shot to her feet and dashed across the school lobby like she was training for the Olympics. And just like that, her diary hit the floor. And I swooped in and grabbed it. Give that back! Wow, it's a miracle. Riley walks again. It was only then that Riley finally panicked, realizing she had been exposed. But how did you know? I saw you on the bike. Riley, you've been faking an injury this entire time. That's right. Remember the mystery biker? It was Riley this entire time. She was the one I saw through the window that night. So what? Give me the diary. Now. Now that I have it, I'm going to destroy it so no one can ever use what's written in here to hurt others again. And then, right in front of Riley's horrified eyes and everyone's shocked faces, I tore the diary to pieces. I run the school. Everyone does what I say. As Riley sat there in misery, everyone else quietly walked away, relieved. Suddenly, a realization struck Riley. No, that's not it. I still have the coffee shop video. I knew you'd find a way to use it against me, so I've already written an apology letter to Mr. Richardson. Actually, don't worry, Zara. I've known about my dad's affair for years. What you did helped my mom finally wake up and let go. No! I'm telling my mom! You won't get away with this! With complete indifference, I walked out of school. I thought to myself, if Riley tattled, Aunt Frida would probably ground her for sure. There was still one person I needed to see. Without a word, I went straight to our old spot. The moment Micah saw me, he lit up with a bright smile. Hey, Micah, I'm really sorry for using you, for being manipulated by Riley, and for all the hurt I caused you and everyone else. And so I filled him in on everything. And you should have seen his face when I revealed that the biker was Riley.
I knew Riley was behind it all, but I didn't expect her to be so reckless.
I'm really sorry. Suddenly, Micah stepped closer to me. His shadow merged with mine as he gently took my hand and smiled warmly. That tender gaze moved me deeply. And though he said nothing, I knew in his heart he had forgiven me. From that day on, we grew closer than ever. We went to school together, skated side by side, and talked endlessly about everything under the sun. It felt like our souls were in sync, drawn together like two opposite magnets that couldn't help but connect.